light illuminates their imperfections, hence their attempts to dull your shine. Light 'em up.
My name and flowers grew right out the brown soil. My vision's clear as glass, the robe is purple satin plus the crown's royal. Allow me to give you a demonstration. Holding your breath waiting for me to fail only brings hyperventilation. See, I'm a soldier that's ready for any situation. So me and life double dated my trials and tribulations. Won't be remembered for not speaking out. I Google map my whole approach, so I chose not to take the peaceful route. I promise I can't make this shit up. I shed a tear then use the mic stand to hold my chin up. They plot and strategize on different ways to make me give up. That's easier said than done, like a woman that's 9 months pregnant doing sit-ups. Yeah, I read the book of life, defeat was never in my story. Just brutal fights on the battlefield is bloody and gory. Showing off is a fool's idea of glory. Call me foolish, stand in the clutch, I make them drop like I was Robert Ory. See, in this world you gotta sink or swim. Boy, I'm a legend, when I die my presence never will be felt again. This greatness rare, but see, I kept it in. Isolation in the demons, guardian angels been my only friend. I've been at war with myself in silence. Had a mental malfunction, forced to go into hiding. For
I hope you're watching right now, because then you're gonna understand. Whoever get in my way, I'm a dog walk their ass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know who it is, y'all. It's your boy, Big Mike Raider. And we got the game preview. We got to get over it, man. We got to go over this thing, man. Week 2, home opener against those, I'm not even going to say Los Angeles Chargers, man, because you already know that we run LA, man. Shout out to my folks in LA. Shout out to my folks in Oakland. Shout out to my folks in Las Vegas. You already know. The Raiders hold it down in all 3 right there. The Chargers don't have a home, but I digress, man. We got things to talk about. We got the game. Gonna do a little breakdown, analysis, and then go over some betting stuff. Then we're gonna get out of here pretty quickly, man. I just got off of work, 2-hour traffic. It was crazy out there, man. So, I rushed over here, got over here, and wanted to talk some Raider ball with you guys. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. We got 17. We're gonna warm this thing up right now. Hey, man, you guys already know what to do. Like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. And if you haven't already done it, become a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet. The link is right there. It's going to be at the top of the chat right there. Go ahead and click that and become a member, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Started a little bit early, had a 6:30 start, started about 45 minutes early. So people probably aren't expecting me to be here, and it's cool, man. We're going to warm this thing up a little bit, and then we're going to get rolling, man. Shout out to Ant in the building, man. Big Mike Raider Nation, man. You already know, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love as always, man. Always coming through. We got DeMarcus Webb. What's good, Mike? Hey, over here, man. We're going to talk about some game. We're going to talk about Monday Night Football, man. Hey, the spotlight is on us, man. This is a make or break. I wouldn't even say a make or break game. This is the type of game I would say that, we beat the Chargers. People are starting to talk. People are starting to say, hey, these Raiders, maybe they do got some weapons out there. Maybe they are for real. This is a big game as far as, kind of putting us, in the pecking order of the AFC. Where do we stand, right? People have some high hopes for the Chargers. They took care of the Chiefs. So if the Raiders go in and take care of the Chargers, what is that saying about the state of the AFC West? This is a big game, man. It means a lot to us right now. But we got Myra G in the building. What's up, Mike? Yay, area in the building, man. Hey, from LA to the Bay, man, salute to you. Thanks for popping in. And the question of the day, the question of the day is, you're going to be in Vegas this weekend? I will be in Vegas, unfortunately. I cannot make it to the game. Duty calls. I have to do something for work, unfortunately, but I will be there for the weekend. Go look at going to like a boxing expo with some friends, my brother. So I will be there till Sunday. Unfortunately, I can't make it to the game. It got my plans got foiled due to work, so got to head back to work, unfortunately. But I will be in Vegas this weekend. George in the building, man. Raiders. Hey, you already know, man. You already know. You got Terrell Etherly, commitment to excellence, just win championships, take one game at a time, man. Hey, this is the game that matters right here. The one that's right in front of us against them Chargers, man. And you already know the Raiders run LA, but hey, I digress, man. I'm gonna say that every time we play the Chargers. DeMarcus Webb, that cap is crispy. Yeah, I had this for a couple years, you know, in spirit of 9/11, man. Had to wear it today. That's what we do, man. Hey, appreciate it, man. My dog Big Mike is just win, baby, especially the division. Raiders all day, every day. Raider Nation for life, man. Carlos and Fuego in the building, man. We got RKR Raider Way 73 702 Vegas crew. Raiders. Let me know, guys, where you guys are watching from across the world. Let me know where you guys are checking this show out, man. You can be anywhere, but you're right here watching Big Mike Raider, man. Let me know, man. And make sure you get them likes up. Shout out to George, man. I appreciate you. A member of the Big Mike Raider fleet. We got Todd 0864 Big Mike. What's happening, man? Hey, thanks for popping in, man. Everything is good on this end. Everything is good, man. Let me see. DeMarcus Webb. Let's get Big Mike to 6K, man. Hey, let's get it, man. We're getting there. We're getting there. Probably about a little bit over 200 away from getting to 6K. So let's get it there, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Ben Bad, Big Mike, Angry Raider. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna get a little angry today, man. You already know it's Chargers week. We got to take care of business. Thank you for putting the work in, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you noticed. I'm glad you noticed, man. Let me see. We got DeMokes in the building. Raiders really need to show out on the run this week. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna definitely get into it. We got Lecky T in the building, man. Let's see. George says Monday's show off day. Yeah, absolutely, man. Can we talk about our biggest liability, Carlson? I don't know, man. I mean, Carlson, you know, he hit a couple of field goals. He missed a 58-yarder. But that was in rainy conditions. It hooked a little bit to the left. I think Carlson's going to be fine. In fact, early giveaway. I think we're going to win 31-28. Let me know what you guys think. 31-28. Carlson hits the game winner. Let me know what you think, man. I think Carlson's going to be just fine. Let me know, man. Let me know. We got George in the building. He says 150 yards for Ashton Genty. Man, okay. Mr. Raider 42 in the building. Yo, you already know, man. Appreciate you coming in. George says 405 passing yards for Geno Smith. Oh, that's wild, man. We'll see. 916 in the building. Raider Nation for life. Carlson Fuego, man, from the 916. Appreciate you, man. Let me see. George says 48-26. Raiders win big. Man, I love it. Fight night gonna be lit too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a busy weekend in Vegas for sure. Let's see where you guys are watching from, man. We got DeMarcus Webb, Northtown, Las Vegas. There you go. Amarillo, Texas. There you go. What up, Big Mike? What up, Nation? Shout out to Albert Garcia. Let me see. Raiders USC. Chargers play all three division games to start. Can't let them start 3-0 in division. Yeah. And we got another one that we got to break. We're on a 6-game losing streak in the division. We got to break it here. Let's start with that conference opener and break that streak. We went 0-6 in the division last year, and we got to change that, and I think we can. But we're going to get more into it in a second, man. Shout out to Ben Bad, Rick Rock in the building. Let me see. He says, yo, my brother Big Mike Raider, and also salute to the Silver and Black Raider Nation family. You already know, man. Accelerator in the building. As I walk through this world of mine, everything is looking peaceful. I'm looking at these Accelerator, man. Always coming through, man. I appreciate you, man. DeMarcus Webb says 24-21 Raiders. I love it. What do you do? What do you about this turning into a shootout? So, you know, we got two of the top. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's jump into it. We got 35 in the house. Hey, it's all good. Let's roll, man. So we got Justin Herbert, Geno Smith, one of the top quarterback performers from week one. Justin Herbert with an 84 PFF grade. Geno Smith with an 83.8, just behind him, right? We're getting two of the hottest quarterbacks right now in the league. I think last week, what we saw with Justin Herbert is the best Justin Herbert we've seen in his career so far. He was running the ball in opportune times. He was taking what the defense was giving him. He was taking what the defense wasn't giving him. He was playing lights out football. And, you know, this is going to be a big challenge for our defense, right? If we look at some of his numbers right now, his power ranking is 4th. Geno Smith is at 10th. So we got 2 top 10 quarterbacks by the numbers going against each other right now. And for that reason, being that these two offenses looking like everything is kind of flowing and you know, things are going smoothly with the offenses on both ends, I think that the defenses are both going to have some challenges, right? And when you look at both sides, right, you know, our corners, I'm still a little bit worried about what our corners are going to be doing this season. You know, Darnay Holmes didn't have a great game. Caillou Blue Kelly, excellent. I would say he had a pretty solid game, but considering he was targeted very often and he was in the heat of the battle, he was battle tested, I would say that he had an excellent game. So, you know, you have somebody like Caillou Blue Kelly, his second start, he's going to continue to be trying to get exploited by offenses. People are going to go after him. And then Eric Stokes, at some point, they're going to be going after him as well. And when you got the Chargers running a lot of 11 personnel, 3 receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end, you're going to see a lot of opportunities for them to pass the ball. So, you know, because of that, I think Justin Herbert is probably in for another big game because I am worried about the secondary. But I think we're going to answer in opportune times. Now, on the flip side, you got Geno Smith going against, you know, 2 of their guys who's on the injury report. And we could talk about the injury report real quick. You know, Elijah Molden, he's a DB. He plays a little bit of safety in their base defense. He has a hamstring, limited play, right? When you see something like that, you're like, all right, let's attack. Let's attack the DB who has a hamstring injury. It was similar to what our same mindset we had with Christian Gonzalez last week, even though he didn't play. It's kind of like, okay, you know, a guy who is one of their starters is a little bit kind of nursing a hamstring. Let's go after him, right? He's playing safety. So you know what that means. Let's get the tight ends involved. Now, is that going to be Brock Bowers? I don't know. He's sitting out, right, with the knee. He had a sleeve on today. He didn't participate in practice, just participated in walkthroughs and things like that. But we got Big Mike Mayer in the building, and we're going to have to get him the ball early and often, especially trying to exploit that safety who is nursing a hamstring. And then on the other side, right, Tarheeb Still dealing with a calf. He has limited participation. He might be good to go either way, but you want to test on what's going on with that injury. Can he withstand going against a guy like Dante Thornton who might be going vertical on him, or our guy Trey Tucker who looks like he's going to be a home run shot waiting to happen all season. So because of those reasons, guys, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. 2 supreme quarterbacks playing at the best of their ability that we've seen so far. This is the best I've seen Justin Herbert play, well, at least last week, right, against Kansas City. And Geno Smith seems to have a full grasp of this Chip Kelly offense, and I think that we're going to get some fireworks in Las Vegas. But you guys let me know, man. Let me get to some of the comments, man. Let me get to some of the comments. Let me see. DeMarcus Webb says 24-21 Raiders. Raiders USC, Oakley, California in the house, man. Shout out to you, man. Ben Bad, 111 yards, 2 tutties. You talk about Ashton Genty. We're going to get to Genty in a second, man. Accelerator. Genty will run for 300 and have a league record 25 yards per carry at the end of the game. I love it, man. So what is that? So 12 carries, 300 yards. I like it, man. I like it. 25 yards per carry. I'll put him at 300 on 12 carries. Been bad since Egypt. Okay. All right. Shout out to you from Egypt, man. Fresno, California, man. I love it. There you go. The Central Valley, baby. Carlos Enfuego, defense has to win. beat the homeless Chargers. Raider Nation for life. Yeah, I think we're going to get it done. You guys heard my score, 31-28 Raiders. That's why I think it's going to be somewhat of a shootout. Monday Night Football, bright lights. We're going to get some entertainment, man. We're definitely going to get some entertainment. Not after Monday. We're going to win. Okay, there you go. Dante Thornton, 100 yards receiving. I like it. I'm gonna top you with this one. I think Trey Tucker, 100 yards receiving. How about that? I think that whatever you think Dante Thornton is going to get, I think that's what Trey Tucker is going to get in this game. We saw flashes of it last week. Opening drive touchdown. He caught 2 catches for over 50 yards. He was a home run threat. I think we're going to get him involved a lot more, man. I got Trey Tucker over 100 yards, man. Let me know. You guys let me know. Rick Rock, Raiders. You already know, man. Ben Bad says 27-24 Raiders. I love it, man. Let me see. Defense is going to knock him in the dirt. Max gets 3, Kuntz 2, and 2 more from some of these young dudes. Okay, shoot. All right. I like it, man. 4 sacks. Pretty decent outing last week. I would like to see some more. Justin Herbert's a guy who can run the ball. He has that ability to take off. So we're going to have to maybe put a spy from time to time, mask a little bit of some stuff we're showing on defense, and really get real versatile. We did get in that second half really aggressive as far as getting after the quarterback, blitzing and doing things like that. I would like to see a little bit more of that and force Justin Herbert to make a play with his arm, right? Because a lot of times when he plays us, there's some interceptions to be had against Justin Herbert. So I would like for the defense to be a little bit aggressive in that situation. Let me see. Fuck you mean Raiders says Tyree Wilson, 2+ sacks, Jamal Adams, INT. I love it, man. I hope it happens. We got Bama Comey, 28-21 Raiders. Okay, I like it, man. Let me see. JA getting 2. Gotta add 2 more. Herbert's gonna be sore next week. I like it, man. Hey, let's get it. I'm down for that. Raiders getting a pick 6. Bama, let me know who you think is getting a pick 6, man. I like it. Let me see. We need to win this because we got no chance against the Redskins. Now, you know what? This is what they do. This seems to be a common recipe from the NFL. We get a Monday night football game at home, and then on a short week we go to the East Coast. I can name like 2 off the top of the head occasions where we have a Monday night football game and the following week we go east. This happened to us. Was it last year when we had to play the Bills, or was it 2 years ago? We had to play the Bills after a Monday night game. They got us against the Ravens. I think it was the Ravens last year. The Bills a couple of years ago. Like, it seems to be a trend. After our Monday night football game, we go the next week on a short week East Coast. So they find a way to get us somehow, right? So we'll get there when we get there. Let's take care of business right here, and we'll see where we're at next week. Let me see. Pete versus Jim, a rivalry rekindled. And I'm glad you brought that up. This is going to be a very fun chess match, right? 2 classic coaches going against each other, dating all the way back to USC versus Stanford days. For a while in those mid 2000s, I'm a USC fan, so I can speak on it. Stanford was a thorn in USC's side. They would come down from up north and take care of business, and really one of the few teams that could really come down and take care of business against USC back in those days, right? And that was a Jim Harbaugh-led team. So, they went back and forth back in college and then advanced those years. Both of them make it to the pros, and then they were rivals again with the Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers, and they went back and forth, played each other in an NFC championship one year. And fast forward now, you see them rivals again, Raiders, Chargers. So this is going to be a good chess match. You're going to see a lot of adjustments. These guys know each other, what they want to do, tendencies and things like that, like the back of their hand. They know exactly what each other wants to do. They've been in battles, and Pete Carroll said it the best, man. I don't have any fond memories of this dude. You know, I remember some good games, but I don't have any fond memories, man. A great rivalry that is going to be renewed on Monday night. I'm excited, man. Let me see. George says Raiders getting 500 plus yards on the chokers. Man, we have 400, you know. So, hey, if we can get that running game going, we can get to 500, man. And we're going to break down a little bit more. I'm going to get to some of you guys' comments, man, and then we're going to keep it rolling. Mr. Raider 42, 6 sacks, 2 picks. Man, I love it, man. Hey, you guys are aggressive with that one, man. I love it. Let me see. I'm predicting big games from Bowers and either Devin White or Jamal Adams on the defense. Okay. So, Buddy Bear, are you concerned about Brock? And this is for everybody. Are you guys concerned about Brock Bowers and Landon Roberts being on the injury report? Once again, Brock Bowers with the knee, right? Did not practice, participated in a walkthrough. So, you know, he's showing that he's trying to make the effort to play. Same thing with Landon Roberts. He has the elbow. He didn't practice today. Things are going to be kind of advancing, and we'll see on a daily basis, kind of day to day, are they going to play, right? If Brock Bowers doesn't play, I could probably, you know, replace Bowers with Michael Mayer and him possibly having a pretty solid game. That would be my challenge to you for that one, kind of push back a little bit. But even if Brock Bowers does play, I'm really kind of concerned that we're not going to get 100% from Bowers. I'm hoping that knee is not as bad as you know, as people are suspecting, right? So I heard some reports. It's one guy, he does like the medical breakdowns of like every player that gets injured and stuff like that. And the way that Brock Bowers kind of landed on his knee a little bit, it looked like it could be like a ligament issue where it's seen it to where his knee, his leg kind of like tilted a little bit awkwardly. It could be nothing, but you know, he's kind of speculating that it could possibly be an issue down the line. I'm hoping that's not the case, right? Brock Bowers, hopefully, you know, you're nursing that thing well and you're ready to go by Monday, man. But I'm a little bit worried about it. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. But we'll see as it unfolds for the rest of the week. Let me see. Rick Rock says straight up, Raiders 56, chokers 0. I love it, man. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. We put 63 on them before. Why not? Why not? I don't expect much from the Raiders running game just because of the O-line. So, you know what? Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about some of the matchup situations. And once again, man, the Raiders are 3.5-point underdogs, man. We can't ever get any love from these guys. And if you guys are some bettors and you guys, you know, are invested in some of that kind of stuff, the Raiders are 3.5-point dogs. Out of all the money that's involved, you know, money that's being betted in Vegas, 96% of that money is being betted on the Chargers, right? So if you're a conspiracy theorist like me, right, Vegas don't lose. So, you know, they're going to get their money somehow. So 96% on the Chargers, a lot of people are going to be losing some money, man. So that's all I'm saying. Hopefully that's the case. The over-under is 46.5. I'm going to go over. Like I said, it's 31-28. That'll put us at around 59 points. I got us going over for that one, man. But let's talk about the breakdown, the actual game right here, right? So, you know, I'm looking at the Raiders offense, right? Colton Miller, 74.3 PFF grade, ranked 11th out of the entire NFL amongst tackles. Had an excellent game, played very well. The rest of the line did not, right? Highlighted by everybody wants to talk about it. Jackson Powers Johnson ranked 60th out of 66 guards. Didn't look great, man. This offensive line has a lot of work to do, and they should really take it personally. And these are the guys they're going to be going against. Now, the Chargers, you know, they run a lot of nickel coverage, right? Derwin James plays that slot corner position. He might be lined up on Jacoby Myers, sorry. if we're in the in 11 personnel, which we did play a lot of, right? We did see us in 12 personnel, but if we are in 11 personnel, you're going to see that matchup between Derwin James and Jacoby Myers. So that should be a fun matchup, right? But if they're not in that nickel package, their base defense is a 3-4. So in the 3-4, you're going to have Derwin James at the safety position, and then you're going to be going against guys like Tui Pelotu, Ogbonia. How do you say that? Otito Ogbonia. He has a 42 PFF grade. Their interior line isn't great. So, it's time to feast, right? This is a game for the offensive line to kind of bounce back and kind of make up for what they lacked last week, right? This interior D line can be had, and because of that, hey, Ashton Jeanty could break for a big game, right? Now, I think his over-under for yardage is like 67 and a half or something like that. So if you want to bet that, put some money down and bet the over for that one. I think that Ashton Jeanty is going to get busy in this game too. But I think he's also going to get his case in out of the backfield as well, catching some balls and really getting things started offensively. He's in for a big game, right? Trey Tucker, he's going to be matched up possibly on Dante Jackson, who had a 77.7 PFF grade. Excellent game from Dante Jackson. So that's going to be a pretty good challenge for Trey Tucker. And then Thornton is going to be going against Tarheeb Still, who's on that injury list. So, either one of the two could be in for a big game, whether it's Trey Tucker or it's Dante Thornton. I'm sticking with Trey Tucker having over 100 yards. So, I think that, got to get the run game started. We got to really establish that. Now, the Patriots really sold out a lot on trying to stop the run. They put 8 men in the box. They were really committed heavily into stopping that run. I don't know if the Chargers are going to do that same approach, but if they do, play action all day, find your guys in the seams and things like that, or just start running the ball. If they don't think that you can, they have 7 in the box. They're backing up. They're a little bit soft coverage as far as, hey, these guys, we're not worried about them run blocking too much. Then that could be a field day for Ashton Jeanty. It just depends on the kind of looks that you're getting initially. But I think the way this defensive line is set up versus our offensive line, I think we have the advantage with that one. And I think that we're in for a pretty good game. And Ashton Jeanty is going to finally get his case and get people stop running their mouth and saying he's a bust, because that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. But you guys let me know what you think about it. Let me see. Ben Bad, why don't we have a chance? Hey, who said we didn't have a chance? Why don't we just call it in? Hey, I don't know who said that, man. Let me see. I wouldn't want to be in a dark alley with some. Hey, I have no idea, man. I think we're going to win. I don't know. Whoever's saying we're going to lose, that's wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, that's how they can almost guarantee a loss. Yeah. Let me see. What else we got in here, man? I think I'm far behind. I forgot. You guys are saying stuff that probably I said a couple of minutes ago. Dante Thornton, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year guarantee. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hey, that's a bold statement right there, man. He says, Polamalu getting a pick 6. I love it. Hey, he already has one. A pick 6. Now you got to start talking about him. Is he one of the top safeties in this league? So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be an interesting game. Let me see. Ben Bass says we have 3 tight ends. Yeah, we have 3, and Ian Thomas can get his issue in as well. And if Brock Bowers can't go, I think we're going to be just fine in the tight end department, man. We got 2 pretty solid tight ends behind Brock Bowers. I think we'll be all right either way. Let me see. We got Robert Hicks, man. Salute to you, man. And we got 51 in the building. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks, man, and become a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet, man. I appreciate you guys. Let me see. Chargers got extra time to prep for us, and the Commanders will have extra time as well. Yeah, they did us dirty. They did us so dirty. The Chargers haven't played since Friday. They had 2 extra days. And then the Commanders are playing today. They're playing right now. and they get a whole week and a half to prepare for us on us having a short week. That's crazy. Yeah, the NFL knows how to treat us. They treat us very well. Hey, but you know, that's the life of a Raider right there, man. You guys already know. That's unreal. We have 2 number 1 tight ends and a 2. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Been bad, hey, with the Heat, man. You haven't lied. You've never lied. Let me see. Mayer is a great second option if Brock is out. Yeah, absolutely. He's a 1. He's a tight end 1. Like Pete Carroll said, we got 2 number 1s. You know, we don't drop off too much with offense if Brock Bowers doesn't go. Now, you love to have Brock Bowers, you know, because he's a absolute game breaker. But, hey, Michael Mayer holds his own, and you got to deal with him. You know, at the end of the day, you still got to deal with Michael Mayer. So, you know, I think we'll be all right either way. But my gut feeling is that Brock Bowers will play, but he's going to be in a limited fashion, man. We're not going to see him with a lot of we're going to have him sort of like on a pitch count, I would guess, man. It's a long season, you know, protect that knee if there is an issue for sure. Let me see. I'm not sold on Genty as a runner yet, but damn, he has some nice chip blocks on passing play. He did excellent in run blocking and picking up the blitz and things like that, protection. I was impressed by Ashton Genty. What I do like about him is, you know, he's doing the dirty work. He's doing whatever it takes to help this team win. So even if he isn't getting going, he's doing the things to help everybody else shine, which we saw against the Patriots in pass protection. So I do like what I see in Ashton Genty. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets started for sure. Let me see. This is wow, I got one right. Been bad, man. Let me see. Says Mayer looked really good Sunday, and we have a bunch of wide receivers: Jacoby, Tucker, Thornton, Besh. We have more good offensive players than they know what to do with. And that reminds me of something, right? So I don't know if you guys saw the press conference. Geno Smith had something to say. It's pretty interesting. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Hold on real quick. Let me share the screen with you. 1 second, y'all. Share the screen. You guys probably saw it. Press conference. Geno Smith has something to say, man. Let's let it roll, man. I love it. I love
you to be able to have as many weapons as you do, you'll spread the ball around like you did on Sunday.
Somebody told me we had no weapons. So, I mean, it's just kind of like,
Wasn't me.
What is it? You know what I mean? I think we got some of the best guys in the league. And, yeah, I mean, as long as I make the right decisions and spread the ball around and, you know, set my feet and get the ball out, those guys will make plays, as we've seen. So it gives me great confidence knowing that those guys can do that. And it really, you know, I put the pressure on myself to make sure I'm out there making the right reads and the right throws and getting the ball in their hands.
What's it like?
So there you go. You heard our quarterback, Geno Smith. And that was one thing that was bothering me all season. You know, people were saying that we had no weapons. Well, turns out that we do got some weapons and people are starting to pay attention, right? You know, you don't throw for 360 plus yards if you don't have any weapons. And, you know, people are starting to pay attention, but let them keep sleeping. Let them keep sleeping because the best part about this whole thing is we haven't even started. We're not even at full form yet. So, hey, Geno Smith, man, shout out to you. He's hearing what people are saying, and I'm glad he's addressing it, man. Because, you know, it's a lot of disrespect going on, man, for sure. Let's see. 1 game, Wetfield, come on. He would have broke one had he not slipped. That is a good point, right? There was a play, actually 2 plays. I know what you're talking about when he slipped, was like in the 4th quarter, kind of tripped over his feet or tripped over himself a little bit. And he had like one defender. He could have put a move on him. It would have been an easy move he could have put on him. But that second drive, they start off on their own 5-yard line. If you look at that run play where Ashton Genty, I think he gets like 8 or 9 yards, he was one defender away from breaking for 95. If he just put one more move on the dude, or, you know, we got to the 3rd level and had a blocker on him, he's going for 95. So we're pretty close to getting this thing going. Now, I'm not saying that the offensive line is never going to figure it out, but this is what teams want to do. They want to stop us from running the ball, right? Because there was a lot of buzz surrounding Ashton Genty, right? Whenever you pick a running back in the top 10, we haven't seen a running back get picked in the top 10 since 2018. I believe it was Saquon Barkley. So, when a running back gets picked that high, you have a giant target on your back. And that's exactly what the Patriots treated it as such, right? Ashton Genty having a big target on his back. Hey, let's see this team who has no weapons on offense. Let's see them throw the ball, right? I don't think the Chargers are that stupid to think that now at this point, but you never know. And if they do think that, if they think that we do have some weapons, that means they're going to step back a little bit, be in softer coverage so we can run the ball, man. So, not going to be too hard on that offensive line, but they got to do a little bit better, right? We're hoping that they bounce back from, that poor. It's poor, right? Hate to say it. It's a poor performance. But no better timing than to do it against this Chargers team whose interior defensive line isn't nearly as good as the Patriots. So we can get this thing done, man. Let me see. Mr. Raiders 42. Remember, Raiders home record sucks. Hey, I don't care about none of that. This is the year where the Raiders establish some home field advantage, and it starts against the Chargers, right? We have to break that 6-game losing streak. Hey, you can say our home record sucks. Our away record sucks too. So, we were 4-13 last year. There was nothing great about what we did on the field last year. So we turned that around this year. We're at home. Pete Carroll is making an emphasis on that. We're going to really get some things going this year and start off the right way at home. And in a shocking victory, NFL, experts and talking heads are going to start paying attention to the Raiders after this game. I have a good feeling about it. Let me see. Off topic, watching Commanders game, offense and defense looking sus. I like our chances next week after we beat the Chokers. Yeah, I can't wait to look at the film on this game. I'm going to be taking a look at the Commanders. Hopefully the film comes out either tomorrow or Saturday. I'm going to be taking a look at that. But hey, Jaden Daniels is a person to deal with no matter what. So we'll see. But it's a little early. We're focused on the Chargers this week, man. Ben Bag, Rick Rock, salute, brothers, man. Hey, yeah, you already know, man. Those are the usuals. Those are the guys that come in here and always show love, man. George says, bet the over, man. Let me go back all the way down, man. Let me see. I'm way behind in the chat, man. Shout out to Gaucho. Marcellus Wiley has a good breakdown on his channel. Yeah, I did see that. I caught a little bit of it. I love Marcellus Wiley, man, even though he's a Chargers fan. He does break it down pretty well. I'm going to have to check that out. I didn't see the whole thing. But, yeah, Marcellus Wiley is that dude, man. Marcellus Wiley is that dude. Let me see. Rick Rock, word. Hey, there you go. Let me see. Eric Parker, Besh goes for 8 catches, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tucker's gets 1. Raiders win 31-19. Genty runs for 88 to 108 yards and a touchdown. Those are some specific stats right there, man. If Jack Besh goes for 125, that'll be the biggest secret in Raiders history, man, because he was only on the field 4 times last week. And I think that's also including him being on special teams. Jack Besh didn't really get too much burn, but if he goes out there and gets 125, that would be a big shock, man. Let me see. Sean's thoughts. Our home record doesn't suck. We haven't played at home. Exactly. We haven't played a game at home yet. Peep shitting on the team because the pass is nasty work. Yeah. What happened last year, the year before? What does that have to do with now? Has nothing to do with now. It's a whole new team, whole new regime, whole new OC. It's whole new head coach, whole new mindset, philosophy. Has nothing to do with the previous years, man. We can't just accept for what it is because, hey, according to that same logic, we should have lost last week. And, we go on the East Coast, it's an automatic loss, right? That's historically what we've done. But guess what? We made some adjustments. That's another one, right? Hey, the Raiders don't make adjustments in the second half. They're down 10-7. They're probably going to get blown out. Guess what? It didn't happen. So we really got to start looking at things a little bit more critically, y'all. I know that, you know, you know, after all these years of not winning any games, it's hard to stay positive in certain situations. But hey, this is early in the season, and those previous years have nothing to do with today. And you know, stay positive until proven otherwise, man. That's the best way to look at it. That's the best way to look at it. Let me see. I think this team has the ability to run or throw or both. They will exploit what the other team is weak at. We did that game one. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Man, let me see. Shout out to Raider Man. What's up, bro? 86% Raider Nation ticket sales for Monday. Let's go. Hey, 86 is cool, right? But hey, I'm kind of hoping that I want 100%. We should hope for 100% every game, right? And you know, it's the Chargers. The Chargers fans, there's about 17 of them, right? So cool, right? But you know, the ones that bother me the most is, you know, week 4 when we play the Bears. It's going to be about 50-50 there. We got to change that. The Cowboys, it's probably going to be majority Cowboys fans. The Chiefs, they're always overwhelming us with red in our own stadium, right? Until we start winning games, we're going to keep seeing this. So we got to establish the home field advantage this year so we don't see stuff like that all season where there's more of the other team's fans in the building than us, man. Las Vegas is one of those towns where they're going to support the winners. And if you're not winning, well, not everybody's going to show up, right? The good thing about, you know, teams like in Vegas, like the Golden Knights and the Las Vegas Aces, they came out of the gate already winning, right? And that's why you got a high support for those teams out in Vegas. The Raiders haven't done so yet. So because of that, that's why the other teams all kind of outnumber us on their stadium, right? So we got to fix that. We got to fix that, and it starts with us winning, man. This week, we got to start winning. We got to establish the home field, man. That's a big deal, man. Let me see. We ain't never going to have a truly home field advantage till we get back out of Vegas. We're not leaving Vegas, man. I mean, dude, it's pretty set in Vegas. Now, you go from – now we're talking business right here, right? You're going from a team who is 30th in the league in revenue when they were in Oakland, right? We loved Oakland, but the NFL as a whole didn't love Oakland. And when they went to Vegas, they went from the 30th team with the most earning revenue to now they're almost a fringe top 5. They're within that top 10 right now as far as making money. I don't care. I just want you to win. But the numbers say that the Raiders aren't going anywhere. This team is going to be in Vegas, whether we like it or not, right? And because of that, we need to focus on trying to make a home field advantage in Vegas instead of trying to look back in the past like, oh, things were so much better in Oakland. Things were so much better in LA. Well, guess what? We're in Vegas now, and it's probably going to be like that for quite a while, man. So we got to really start, you know, establishing some sort of home field advantage, doing what we got to do to win games, getting this fan base hyped up and making new Raider fans. I know a lot of people don't like that idea, right? But if we keep losing, what is the next generation going to say about the Raiders, right? Us as fans, we've been fans for years, right? But are we making new Raider fans? That's the problem, right? So we got to turn that around. We gotta win, and so people can get excited in the Vegas area, not just the people that are coming in from Oakland, Los Angeles, and things like that. We got to establish some sort of home field advantage and a fan base in the city we play in. Whether you guys like it or not, that's what it is, man. Let me see. Like I said a minute ago, LV is a destination for diehard and casual fans. That is also true, right? But that changes a little bit if you start winning. No one's flying to FNKC to watch a game. I would, but yeah, most people won't. Most people won't. You're absolutely right, man. But we'll see. They got to win. They got to start winning. Oakland kicked us all out. Anyways, let's just all move to Vegas. F it. Yeah, hey, I'm with it, man. I'm with it. I would have loved for him to stay in Oakland, man. But it would have been nice to see them stay in Oakland and build that infrastructure right there, get us a new stadium and things like that, get us off of a baseball field in September. You know, it would have been nice for them to stay in Oakland and build that way. But the NFL wanted us out of there, you know, and they did us dirty with the whole LA thing. So, you know, it is what it is. To be honest with you, right? I think the Raiders should be in Los Angeles and the Chargers should be in Vegas, right? The Chargers have no fan base in LA, right? Nobody's going to ever support the Chargers in LA. Well, because it's a Rams and Raiders town, right? That's what it's been historically. And, you know, San Diego Chargers fans, they might come in from San Diego, but they're fair weather fans. They're not diehard fans like that. Chargers fans aren't really, they're kind of indifferent about what's going on. I mean, from the way I see it, I've never seen a diehard Chargers fan. Like, there's a few, right? But they're not diehard like we're diehard, right? So if they would have went to a whole new location like Las Vegas and start something new, that would have made more sense than the Raiders doing it. But here we are now. The Raiders are in Vegas, Chargers in LA, and I digress on that one, man. Let me see. Accelerator, it's not about Oakland. It's about being in a place with actual locals we can build a real fan base. No one in Vegas is from there. I mean, they have, you know, there's neighborhoods and things like that. It's a small town, to be honest with you. Besides the destination and going to Vegas for entertainment and things like that, it's a small community, right? And to be honest with you, you know, a place like Green Bay, Wisconsin, they have a huge fan base. And the reason why they have a huge fan base is because they win. I mean, if they were losing historically, you know, would the people of Green Bay really, you know, support that team? Now, I know it's a little bit different because they don't have an owner, and that fan base, a lot of them own the team, right? This is the only team in the NFL that the people of Green Bay own that team. But, you know, maybe something like that down the line, kind of thinking outside the box, probably won't happen, right? Because this is Mark Davis's team. But, you know, something like that will probably get more people fan base wise to rally around the Raiders. But it starts with winning, you know, especially with a new team that's coming in. You can't bring a new team in and just not win. It just doesn't work like that, right? Just because you're the Raiders, people aren't going to support you if you're not winning. So I think you get a little bit more support if you start winning. And, you know, a lot of people don't like the price of the tickets. So that's a resale issue, right? Now, you know, when the tickets do come out initially, they're not that bad. But when you buy them and people resell, now you're talking about a ridiculous price. And we're getting outsourced, we're getting outpriced by these resellers. So that there's so many factors as to why other teams come in here and take over our stadium, right? And part of it is, you're right, it's a destination. They mark it on their calendar. We're coming in, but you know, we come in there and we establish a home field advantage. That starts to lessen a little bit. And it's gonna take some time. I think it'll take some time, man. Let me see. Pete will build it and they will come, man. I believe that. You know, Pete Carroll has a huge project, and you know, you look at the big picture, right? Pete Carroll has about 3 years with us. Pete Carroll is on the verge of being a Hall of Fame coach, right? He hasn't really been around long enough in the NFL to really establish himself as a Hall of Fame NFL coach. He wasn't around in the NFL in college football to establish himself as a Hall of Fame college coach. This Raiders stint is almost like a legacy builder. If he can put the Raiders back on the map, get us back to prominence, now we're looking at Pete Carroll being one of the all-time greats at the end of the day, putting Las Vegas on the map, the Las Vegas Raiders on the map, right? Getting people excited in the city of Las Vegas, and rallying around a guy like Pete Carroll. He could be an absolute legend when this is all said and done. And I think he's in the right direction, man. I believe in Pete Carroll. I do. And plus, I'm a USC fan, so I love Pete Carroll. Vegas is dying, though. The Strip, yeah. Economically, yeah. And they got to lower the ticket prices, man. That's also a factor. We can't take that idea. I mean, we can't take that away, right? But winning solves a lot of these issues. You know, I'm not saying it's the number one issue. Well, it is the main issue, but it's not the be all say all issue. Winning will solve a lot of this, but ticket prices have to change, and that's another one, right? So, you know, it's a number of factors as that. But you're right. The strip it has been dead. But we'll see this weekend, man. If you guys are in Vegas, man, I'm sure it's going to be pretty hype out there. It's going to be a lot of Raider fans, man. This should be exciting. Get used to being in Vegas. If you're not happy, I'd find another team. Absolutely, man. I agree with you. Man. We are fancy now. We'll win big this year and get all these extra fans. Hey, I'm down with bringing in new fans, man. Hey, you know, I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. A lot of people don't like it, but you know, we got to have some more eyes. We got to build the next generation of Raiders fans. I'm really all about that, man, because if we keep losing, man, these kids aren't going to want to be Raiders fans. That's just the truth of the matter, right? How many of these kids go out there and you see them in Chiefs jerseys and all these other jerseys, right? Nobody's like, you know, now if you're raising your children to be Raiders fans, that might be a different thing. But, you know, what kid that's watching football is looking at the NFL and be like, oh, man, I want to be a Raiders fan. Let's just be honest. It's not happening right now. So we got to start winning so we can establish a new fan base for the next generation and generations to come. It needs to happen, man. It's important. Let me see. There won't be 100%. Cowboys fans are unfortunately taking over in November. Yeah, they don't know how to do it like we did in Oakland. Yeah, Cowboys fans, they try. I mean, they can fill it up, but you know. But one thing about Cowboys fans, they won't show up if they suck. We'll see. Stay tuned for that one. We don't win at home because Raiders fans stay for a weekend. Away fans stay in Vegas for the week. That is true. That is another thing. You know, we just come fly in for the game, or maybe on the weekend, come in on Saturday and things like that. So, you know, there's a lot of factors, man. It's a lot of factors. Let me see. Build a winner, they will come. I believe that. Ask JT the Brick if it's dying, man. That'd be a good question to ask him, to be honest with you. I would love to have a discussion with JT the Brick about that one. I mean, he's been around for quite a while. I would love to hear what he thinks about that one, man. Let me see. Sean Stott says, I agree with the needing to win. The product hasn't been great, just some flashes. Change that ish. I give a damn who's in the stands. Just win. Yeah, because people are going to want to see you when you win. People love a winner at the end of the day, right? Like, you know, we got loyalty to this team. We're going to be there win, lose, or draw, right? But there's a lot of people that don't feel that same way, guys. You know, you guys, we're talking Raiders ball in March, April, May. You guys are here, you know, listen to me talk Raiders ball. We're all talking Raiders ball with each other in March, April, May, right? What other fan base? Not too many other fan bases that do that, right? But there's people within this fan base that only really come around, you know, when the season starts. And conversely, they will disappear if the Raiders aren't delivering, right? There's only a few of us that kind of stick around, win, lose, or draw. So, you know, we got to start winning, man, to keep people around and people to pay attention what the Raiders are doing, man. Let me see. Score, Washington 3, Green Bay 14. Green Bay looks solid this year, man. Green Bay looks solid for sure. Gaucho, hard to turn down a free stadium. Yeah. Free stadiums, man. They don't come around very often, man. Let me see. Did y'all see on weekends Vegas gets more tourists than Vegas residents? Yeah. I would love to see who kind of sits in that focus group. There's like focus groups and kind of ways to get people to be interested in the Raiders and things like that. Like, I would love to see what the discussions are with that, right? And to me, you know, the reason why I say that winning does matter is because you have the Vegas Golden Knights, who are always at the top of the Western Conference in the NHL, and they fill that stadium, 20,000 each game, right? It's not 60, 70,000 like Allegiant Stadium, but on a daily basis, You know, they're not playing on just Sundays. People aren't traveling from everywhere to come see the Golden Knights play. This is all local, right? And these locals support this team because they win, right? Just imagine you get 20,000 extra Raiders fans because they're winning, right? People want to follow a winner, you know. So that's also a factor, right? And you start converting guys, right? A lot of these Vegas fans of the NFL had teams already established anyway. But, you know, if the Raiders are winning, then they have a pride about where they're from. They're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start supporting these guys. I think I'm a Raider fan now. We don't have that type of phenomenon because we're not winning. That'll change. People will start thinking that way when we start winning. And we'll start getting new fans, organic fans, next generation kids want to be interested in what the Raiders are doing. You know, it's not going to be just, oh, the logo is cool. The colors are cool. It's going to be like, this team is awesome to watch. So I'm going to be a Raider fan. I'm going to pull up to the game. You know, I'll spend top dollar to go see the Raiders play because they're winning. So that is a factor. I mean, the tourist thing is a factor too. But like I said, it has to be, I would love to hear like those discussions on how to improve attendance for the Raiders, man. I mean, if they're not having those type of discussions, man, shame on them, man. They're missing an opportunity. But I don't know. I digress, man. We talked a lot about this one. You guys are interested in this one, man. We can talk about this all day if you want. Let me see. The A's left because Oakland screwed them in the end, wouldn't let them upgrade the stadium. Yeah. You know, leadership in Oakland and in the state of California is deteriorating, man. Even in LA. You know, I'm not going to talk politics because this is not a politics show, but, you know, you see a lot of poor leadership in the LA area too. So, you know, this is what you get in California these days. And, you know, shoot, Oakland even lost the Warriors. So, you know, and now they're probably going to turn the city of Oakland and that area into like, you know, software, you know, not software, tech capital of the world. So, you know, things are turning around, like the way things are kind of turning in California in general. I don't really like the direction, but I digress, man. Let me see. Can't even find bulk content creators. Yeah, there's like 10 fans. So somebody has to step up, man. If I really wanted to grift, man, I'd be the best Chargers fan content creator, man. If I really wanted to like grift, man, somebody needs to step up and be even if they're faking it, right? Like somebody, this is a money-making opportunity, man. There's no Chargers content creators. Somebody needs to step up, right? I won't. I hate the Chargers, but somebody needs to do it. It's a money-making opportunity, man. Let me see. Been bad shit. Their team moved. They burned their jerseys. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Let me see. The A's will come to Vegas, and in 10 years, the Raiders go back to Oakland with a sweet stadium. Then 10 years later, the A's will try to follow us again. Hey, the A's love us, man. Is you know, they won't admit it, but they love the Raiders, man. Let me see. The Chokers have 8 fans, and 2 are here in Amarillo for some reason. Really? Wow. All right. That's random. That is random. Robert Hicks, that's not true. I know plenty of people born here in Vegas. Now, out of everybody that's in Vegas, I think you're speaking about somebody who said there's more tourists than residents. Out of all those people that's born in Vegas, have they converted to being Raiders fans? Because that'd be a good question to ask. Like, are they supporting the home team, or did they already have established teams? And if they do have established teams, why aren't they choosing the Raiders? Ask them that too. That'd be an interesting question. They tell you the truth. They tell you what I said. It's because they're not winning. So, or they'll say something even like, you know, snarky, like, oh, the Raiders suck. That's why. Like something stupid like that. So it'd be a good question to ask somebody. Let me see. I grew up in LA, Raiders fan, loved Oaktown. That's why it's Raider Nation for life, man. Hey, who you saying, man? Hey, I'm an LA Raider. I'm an LA Raider. I grew up an LA Raiders fan, man. Let me see. accelerates the Green Bay Raiders. Wouldn't it be awesome to own a part of the Raiders? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, the Raiders would be like the perfect team to have that kind of system inputted. Now, Mark Davis owns this. That's never going to happen. Tom Brady, like, it's never going to happen. But we would support this team like none other. It would be excellent. That would be excellent. Let me see. Bro Vegas was full of Raiders fans from the Bay to LA. Them tickets cost too damn much for a bad product. Yeah. You paying steak prices for a ham sandwich. That has to change. The product on the field has to change, and the prices have to change. They have to meet someone in the middle, right? That's kind of what we're looking for, man. Let me see. Been bad. Different time and place. Green Bay is a small town. Yeah. I mean, if you really look at it, Vegas is it's a big town. It's not that big of a town though. Vegas, I mean, it's a destination town. There's a lot of tourists, but I mean, what is the population of Vegas? Like the people who live there, right? It can't be that many people. Maybe a million, couple million. I don't know. Just the population of Nevada alone is not really that big. So I don't know. Yeah, Green Bay is a small town, but so is Vegas. It's only big because of the entertainment and the destination, the tourists coming in. But the people who live there, it's not that many people, in comparison. It's not like it's LA or New York or anything like that. Let me see. I saw Steelers tickets were dirt cheap. Yeah. I mean, that's because it's in Pittsburgh and, they really cater to their fans. And that's why you have such a big fan base out there, man. It's a good business formula for them. They win and the tickets are cheap. Easy to support a team who has cheap tickets and they're winning, right? That's easy. Compete wants to win now. Shout out to George. Yeah, he definitely wants to win now. He's got 3 years to fix it. I think he will, man. Let me see. Maybe when I retire, I'll move to Vegas if the Raiders are still there and get season tickets. Yeah. I mean, I would love to get season tickets. I put my name in for season tickets years ago. Never got really back. They never got back to me with that one. And now I probably can't get no season tickets. I think it's because like people aren't letting go of them or they're reselling their tickets or something like that. I have no idea. We used to be the winningest team in the NFL. Yeah, that was a thing back in the day, man. Times have changed, unfortunately, man. Let me see. Pete, get us a Super Bowl. He's getting a damn statue. Hey, I hope so, man. Let me see. Here we go. Let me see. Been bad. Yes, there's nothing to do in Green Bay except eat cheese curds. You can't compare it to Vegas. I'm just saying the size of the city. Of course, Vegas and Green Bay is small, right? But take away the people who come in to visit. How many people live in Vegas? It's probably a little bit higher in comparison to Green Bay. I think Green Bay probably, I don't know, a few 100,000. How many people live in Vegas, not counting the people who come in to visit? I don't know, 500,000-600,000, maybe a million at the most. Like, I don't know. It's a small city in comparison to teams like New York, LA, Dallas. Like, it's a small market if you really think about it. The only thing that makes it big is the destination and the entertainment value and things like that. That's the only thing that makes Las Vegas a big, like a major city. But it's a market that's untapped. It's a pretty new market. They got a hockey team in 2017. Like the market is only 8 years old for sports teams. Like it's a new market. They haven't really tapped in the way they probably should, to be honest with you, especially in the NFL. Let me see. Vegas has 500K, so it's a big city. Not huge, but big. 500K is not big for a major city. That's not, I mean, if you look at it in comparison to like LA, look in comparison to New York. I mean, Kansas City, it's probably a little bit bigger than Kansas City. It's not bigger than Denver. It's not bigger than Seattle. It's not bigger than San Francisco. Like, it's kind of on the smaller end. Houston, Like it's on the smaller end. So and of course, comparison to Green Bay, yeah, compared to 100,000, yeah, it's a lot bigger, but that's small in comparison to big cities. 500,000, anything under $1 million is small. It's small. Let me see. Big Bag, exactly. We are comparing a tourist location to places no one wants to visit. Of course, their places are cheap. NFL is a business. Allegiant is a destination itself. Yeah, it is. It is. But, you know, when it comes to winning and when it comes to football, you got to treat it as this is my home. And, you know, people will start taking pride in their home if you start winning, right? People start showing up more. Hey, this team's on a 10-game winning streak at home. Hey, let's show up. Let's continue showing, you know, that support and things like that. But if they're going over there laying egg and people think, oh, we're playing the Raiders, we're going to Vegas, man. That's an easy win. I would love to go to Vegas and watch my team win. That's easy. That's an easy win right there. That's the mindset that's going on right now. Let me see. Bro, there's only 8 cities in America with 1 million or more people. Hold on. We're going to look this up. All right. Ranking of Las Vegas population. This is a weird show, man. In America. Let me see. This is a weird show. So, Las Vegas is ranked as the 24th most populous city in the United States with the population of approximately 660,929 as of 2025. It is also the most populous city in Nevada and 29th largest metropolitan area in the nation. So metropolitan is 29th largest. Like, that's not big in comparison. There's 29 other cities, major cities that are bigger than Las Vegas. You know, I'm from Pasadena, and Pasadena has roughly about 200,000 people. Probably a little bit more than that. It's double the size of Pasadena, and Pasadena is not a major city in this country, right? Let me see. Let's see some more. Metropolitan area population 2.39 million. Let me see. It's experienced significant population growth, adding over 132,000 residents since 2020. So it's a growing population. And, you know, with a city with a growing population, all those people that are coming in, you got to win so you can make new Raiders fans, right? It is a growing population. It's a growing city. And the Raiders got to take advantage of that by winning. If you're not winning, nobody's coming to the game, right? So we got to change that. This is definitely a weird show, man. All right, get back on track, Big Mike. What are your keys to victory? Let's talk about the keys to victory. I already said it, man. Do what you guys want to do to get you there, right? And I think that is establishing the run. Now, the Patriots made sure that we weren't going to run the ball. I think this week, with that weaker interior defensive line from the Chargers, I think that this is the time where we establish that run game. And because we're establishing the run game, play action is going to be at a premium, right? One person I think that is going to benefit from that is Michael Mayer, right? And I told you, I think that Brock Bowers is going to have a limited pitch count because of that knee. And I think this is a Michael Mayer game right here. I think Michael Mayer can have about 80 yards and a touchdown right here. In fact, I have him scoring right here. I have him scoring a touchdown in this game. And then Trey Tucker, he's a home run threat waiting to happen. Hit him with a play action, go long, vertical. Geno Smith throws a beautiful vertical ball. He wants to go vertical, and Trey Tucker is the perfect candidate for that. I think Trey Tucker's in for a big game. Now, defensively, we got to stop what they want to do. We got to hold contained because Justin Herbert is playing the best football of his career so far, right? It's just one game, right? But what I saw against Kansas City is that, hey, he's distributing that ball to everybody, right? You know, our corners have to be ready because they got Ladd McConkey. They got, um, what's his name? Quentin Johnston, had 2 touchdowns. Say what you want. He had the case of the drops. He's, the beginning of his career for most of the part, but he had 2 touchdowns, right? So we got to consider that. Hey, the old grizzled vet, Keenan Allen, he's going to be in the slot. We got to really take him into consideration as well. Who's going to be on him? Is it going to be Darnay Holmes? I'm worried about it. So we're going to have to really pay attention to those receivers and really lock in the best we can, right? This is the type of game that the Chargers want to also establish the run game. We saw with the Chargers that, those first 12 plays that they did against the Chiefs, 8 of those plays were passing plays. And, out of those 8 plays were passing plays, those were play action, dumping it to the tight end. They're getting yards after the catch. I think, if you're looking at film, now you're thinking with the critical mind, right? Like, okay, they're going to try to catch us off guard with some play action and throw the ball. So because of that, I can see the Raiders really committing to trying to stop the run. Watch out for Amari Hampton. He had some opportunities to break in the last game. Najee Harris had some carries as well, and it might be like a kind of 50-50 split with them. But in my opinion, I think that Amari Hampton is going to be that bell cow running back as time progresses, right? I think this is the game where they start committing more to that run with like we all think they want to do. And I can see Omari and Hampton getting his case in. If our linebackers, Jamal Adams, Pratt, Landon Roberts, if he plays, hopefully, if not, it's going to be Eichenberg. If they play like they did last week, we'll be able to stop that run, and we take away a big chunk of what the Chargers are trying to do. Let me know what you guys think. What is your expectations for this game, and who breaks out in this game? Like I said, I think this is a breakout game for Michael Mayer, have him going over 80 yards and a touchdown. And I got Trey Tucker, and then Ashton Genty is going to have about 75 yards as well. And, on defense, I think that, we got to have Caillou Blue Kelly kind of playing similar to what he did last week. He's going to be targeted a lot, and these safeties got to be ready as well. Particularly if we're running some nickel coverage. Darnay Holmes got to be ready because they do run that 3 wide receiver set. Keenan Allen's in the slot, and he is very dangerous. As we saw him already get on the board last week as well. So those are my keys, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me see. Gaucho says Bolts go 3-0 on opening drive, and Raiders win 69-3. I love it, man. 69 unanswered. Nice. I love it, man. Let me see. Dry field at home. Dante Thornton will have a monster game. 2 touchdowns, 150 yards receiving on 5 catches, man. I love it. Hey, I'm down for that one, man. I think Trey Tucker is going to have that 100-yard game, but if Dante Thornton does it, man, I won't be mad about it. I won't be mad. It will depend on our rush. We get to Sherbert, he will panic. Yeah, he usually does, right? When we get him kind of rattled, he'll throw a ball up there and he'll get picked off. Maybe we get Jeremy Chin on the board this week. It seems like every game we have, whether it's preseason or regular season, one of those safeties are getting picks. We saw it even in the preseason. These guys are getting some action. So we already saw Paul Allen last week get one. So maybe it's Chin's turn to get one as well, man. That'd be nice. Bolts have a decent O-line. Need Sac City to come to work. Yeah, their offensive line is a little bit banged up too. They don't have the greatest center in the world. We do have an advantage there, especially with Adam Butler and Thomas Booker. I think they can really get there. They really do have an obvious advantage on that interior rush right there. They can get after the quarterback, force him to the outside. Max Crosby, hopefully he stays. He's aggressive, but also playing smart ball and not really being overly aggressive and breaking contain. Because if he breaks contain, as we saw with the in that game against the Chiefs, Justin Herbert rolls out and he can run for about 10, 15, 20 plus yards. He has the ability to do so. So, a guy like, Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby got to stay at home and take risks when it's possible to do so, but also play smart ball and keep that contained because Justin Herbert can break you with his feet. So we really got to be careful with that. Let me see. Me imagining Via Veda D-line scary hours. Man, it ain't gonna happen, bro. I don't think they're giving them up, man. I don't think they're giving them up. Interactive Big Mike separates you. Man, hey, you guys were definitely, you guys wanted to talk about interesting stuff today, man, and I got into it. You guys for the most part, you guys got some good subjects you want to talk about. I'll roll with it, man. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm cool with it. Bolt's O-line is suspect. Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk more about that, right? Let's talk more about that. Let's see. We talked about our O-line. Let's talk about their O-line. Now, Joe Alt is a monster, right? 74.9 PFF grade. He looked good. Top 10 tackle as far as PFF grade last week. He looked excellent, man. He like stalemated Chris Jones on one of those plays, and I was in shock. He had him stalemated, and I was like, all right, Joe Alt might be that dude. But besides that, you got, a guy like Zion Johnson, didn't really have a great game. Bozeman, their center, 29 out of 32 centers ranked right there, had a 52.4 offensive grade, run block grade of 49.7, pass block grade of 56.2. Not great numbers. And then you got Mekhi Becton, former top 10 pick, first round pick, 56.8 PFF grade. Did well in the pass blocking, 88.1, but didn't do great with run blocking. So they're going to need him to and that entire line to play better. And then Pipkins the third, going to be going against Max Crosby, 57 offensive grade, 46.2 pass block grade. This is a game for Max Crosby to feast. If he's not at least have multiple sacks in this game, it is a bust for him, right? I'm expecting Max Crosby to have at least 2 sacks in this game, man. I really think so. He should. Let me see. Khalil King says we're going to combine for 50 plus. Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a high scoring game, man. Both sides are going to get their issue in. Let me see. We need PG to bring that pressure, make Justin Herbert uncomfortable back there. Yeah, definitely. And I think that is going to be the difference of the game. We're going to win the turnover battle, because Justin Herbert, just something about Justin Herbert against the Raiders. He likes to throw that ball up in the air. And, if we have some guys that are Johnny on the spot, we'll be all right. Let me see. Lecky T says Micah Parsons giving Jaden hell. Got to do same. Did you say herpes? Come Monday. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. Put Tyree on Joe Alt. Keep him busy while Kuntz and Max do their stuff. Hey, that's a good one. I like that strategy. Kind of, have your best on somebody that's not as good. So these two that are better go against, guys that are struggling. That might be the recipe. That'd be a good one. But I'm kind of expecting that they will have a tight end on that right side to kind of chip Max Crosby, kind of keep him off guard a little bit. I can see something like that. The Chargers do run a little bit of 12 personnel, so you will see some of that a little bit. So, hey, we'll see. And they got some pretty solid tight ends, Conklin and Will Dissly. Not the greatest tight ends in the world, but they can get the job done. So, we're gonna have to keep our eye on that one. Let me see. Mac doesn't rush from one spot. He's all over the line. Yeah, he forces a lot of quarterback movement. He doesn't need to sack to wreck the game. And that's a good point, right? Now, we saw him kind of on the outside, but then he rushed and went through the A gap and was all in Drake May's face, which caused an interception from Polamalu. So we do see Max Crosby kind of moving around, and I want to see him move around a little bit more, to be honest. I want to be looking on a play-by-play basis, and I gotta be like, where's Max Crosby? Oh, now he's playing the one technique. What the hell is going on? Now he's playing the 3. Now he's playing the 5. Oh, now he's stunting from the C gap to the other opposite A gap. I want to see him do stuff like that. especially against this O-line, besides Alt, they struggle. So, moving Max Crosby is going to be a strategy here that I think that they should utilize. That is a good point, man. Sean starts with the haymaker on that one. Let me see. Alt is bad, man. Alt is bad. I don't know, man. I don't know. Alt is a dog, man. Hey, say what you want about PFF. 91.4 pass block grade. Now his run block grade wasn't great, but hey, pass blocking the dudes, he's a guy. He's a guy, man. I don't know. Or are you saying he's a bad man? Okay, if you're saying he's a bad man, then disregard what I'm saying, man. But yeah, all is that dude, man. All is that dude. They're gonna test Caillou and he'll get his first interception. I thought he would get one last week. Maybe I should stick with that. Maybe Caillou gets his first interception. That'd be great. I'm all for it. I like that. All Raiders edge players going to be fired up to play the Chargers. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. I'm expecting at least 4 sacks again. Another 4. Hopefully more than that. That'd be great. Tyree size will tire out Alt. If Tyree, we've talked about Tyree Wilson ad nauseum here, man. He likes that bull rush, but he's very effective at it. I'll give him that. Long reach, very strong. Maybe that is the move against a guy like Joe Alt, kind of just push him in, stacking that line and really causing mayhem back there. I like it. Put a guy like Tyree Wilson on Alt and let, our other guys kind of feast a little bit. I like that idea. Geno has legs if the play breaks down. That's what I love about Geno. He secretly has some legs on him. Like he could really take off if he wants to, and people forget about that. He's excellent with, improvising and things like that. So, hopefully that hamstring is good to go. And he can take off a little bit more. That'd be nice to see. Shout out to Okie Raider in the building, man. I appreciate you, man. Let me see. Sean Stotts, PG has entire D-line moving around. Go back and look at the game. Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're absolutely right. Max has everywhere all game. Hey, I did look at the film. Trust me, I know. I agree with you. Max was everywhere all game. Outside, inside, bull rush and stunts. I want to see him do it more. I want to see him go out in coverage sometimes. I want to see him do everything. Kind of be in, down on the line and faking in and going out in coverage, or out in coverage toward, covering the middle like that, and having some of those linebackers blitz a little bit and replacing with Max Crosby in coverage, trying to catch a quarterback off guard. I'm waiting to see Max Crosby get an interception. It hasn't happened yet. I want to see it. Perfect time is now, man. The perfect time is now. Yeah, you read it wrong. I figured that as I read it. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe he meant that he's badass, man. Yeah. Shout out to Jack Kenna, man. I appreciate you, man. Let me see. Stokes and Holmes need to do better. That's point blank, period. Now we're looking at Stokes. He had a 48.3 PFF grade, defensive grade. That's not going to get it done. That is not cutting the mustard. You would get absolutely torched with that type of effort against a better quarterback in Justin Herbert. And then Darnay Holmes, 35.2 PFF grade. That's probably one of the lowest grades I've seen. Coverage grade of 30.1. Not good stuff right there. He was 89th out of 93 cornerbacks ranked out of this whole thing. So Darnay Holmes and Stokes really do have to figure it out quickly. They do. Let me see. Tyree has shown growth. He has his head up and adjusting on his rush, loving what this kid is bringing. He's growing on me a little bit, right? I want to see him do a little bit more. He plays in spurts. He disappears a lot in games. I want to see him put on a complete game. That's one thing we haven't seen from Tyree Wilson yet. I want a complete game from Wilson. I mean, he's doing good so far. I give him that. Booker was getting pressure up the middle. Yeah, and this is a perfect time for that, right? That interior offensive line for the Chargers is not great. And a guy like Butler and Booker can really get the job done. I think that they can do pretty damn well in this game, especially stopping Omarion Hampton. and Najee Harris, man. So forcing Justin Herbert to throw the ball, an obvious passing down is going to be our savior for sure. I really think so. Let me see. I'm pulling for Lalu to feast against Chargers. Got to drain the bolts to low battery. Oh, you know that's going down, man. Let me see. Oh, hell no on Max dropping back. He getting a strip sack for sure. He was so close a few times in game one. I'm not saying in an obvious, like he's standing as a linebacker. What I'm saying is you even see it from D tackles sometimes, and they catch him off guard sometimes. You see a big man catch an interception, you know, because they don't expect that D tackle to drop back. So the quarterback already kind of has in mind who he wants to throw it to. And in those cases, he's throwing it right to a D tackle. I want to see it to where they're strategically setting up for Max Crosby to be in coverage, and he's Johnny on the spot at that moment. It's not necessarily you got a great coverage ability. I don't think he can cover great, but if he's at the right place at the right time, it'd be fun to see. That's all I'm saying, man. I think that Max Crosby, it would be it's to our advantage to kind of put him everywhere. This dude, everything he does it excellently, right? And I think if he is out there in coverage for one play or two plays, he could be Johnny on the spot. It'd be fun to see. It'd be fun to see. I'm not saying every play. I'm just saying maybe one play. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. Jack Kenner was saying the Stephen A. Smith, he's a bad man. Yeah. I got it right. Let me see. I don't mean in a bad way. He's a big, strong guy. He can push all around. He's not as fast as Max or Kuntz. Yeah, no doubt. I agree with that one, man. Let me see. Glad I dropped Commanders defense in fantasy. Yeah. That was a good move, Raider, man. Let me see. We got my 2 cents in the building. RAIDERS. Raiders, baby. You already know, man. So, guys, I think that's the show. I think I'm going to get out of here, man. We got 80 in the building. Thank you, guys, for your support. Thanks for coming in and hearing the breakdown. We were talking about a little bit of everything, man, the culture of the Raiders, how they can get more fans in the building and things like that. Interesting show, man. Let me know before you guys get out of here your scores. Like I said, I think the Raiders win by a field goal final drive. Daniel Carlson takes it home for us, so we win this game 31-28. You guys let me know, man. Thank you for popping in. Hey, and I'll see you guys on the other side, man. Hey, Raiders win this game 31-28, man. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.
Your light illuminates their imperfections, hence their attempts to dull your shine. Light 'em up.
They threw dirt on my name and flowers grew right out the brown soil. My vision's clear as glass, the robe is purple satin plus the crown's royal. Allow me to give you a demonstration. Holding your breath, waiting for me to fail only brings hyperventilation. See, I'm a soldier that's ready for any situation. So me and life double dated my trials and tribulations. Won't be remembered for not speaking out. I Google map my whole approach, so I chose not to take the peaceful route. I promise I can't make this shit up. I shed a tear, then used the mic stand to hold my chin up. They plot and strategize on different ways to make me give up. That's easier said than done, like a woman that's 9 months pregnant doing sit-ups. Yeah, I read the book of life, defeat was never in my story. Just brutal fights on the battlefield is bloody and gory. Showing off is a fool's idea of glory. Call me foolish, stand in the clutch, I make them drop like I was Robert Ory. See, in this world you gotta sink or swim. Boy, I'm a legend, when I die my presence never will be felt again. This greatness rare, but see, I kept it in. Isolation in the demons, guardian angels been my only friend. I've been at war with myself in silence. Had a mental malfunction, forced to go into hiding. For
I hope
powerless
you
like
watch it right now, because then you're going to understand whoever get in my way, I'm a dog walk their ass.